Hi, my name is Morgan Eisenga. Prior to transferring to APU, I played softball at East Carolina University. This interest of softball started when I was about 4 years old, where my dad actually also played baseball as well, and I wanted to be as a pitcher just like him. So when I was 8 years old, that's when I started to take pitching lessons and build that desire even more for softball. So I started playing competitive softball also when I was 8 years old, and when I was about 12, it's starting to get a little bit more competitively. So I started traveling down to LA every weekend, and I'm originally from Central California, so it was about a 6-hour drive that we commuted every weekend to play in Huntington Beach. In 8th grade, that's when I really decided that I wanted to play college softball and further my career. And my freshman year, that's when I first got my first letters of interest from colleges like University of Texas, Notre Dame, Stanford, and Cal Berkeley. I decided to further my career softball at East Carolina University, which is in North Carolina, and I was able to play there for 2 years. Prior to attending East Carolina, my senior year of high school, I actually broke my back. I broke my L4 and L5 and was put in a body cast for 3 months. Through that injury, the doctors didn't think I would be able to play softball anymore, so they filled me with a lot of doubt and expected me not to heal from it. But the Lord really just worked his hands and his miracles, and I was able to be healed through this process and was able to go on to East Carolina. I played at East Carolina for 2 years prior to when I went and played professionally in China. In China, I played in Beijing, and that was against their Olympic team, and we were playing there for about a month. And that's when I actually ended my career. I was heading to the Great Wall, and to get there you take a ski lift, and then you come down on a toboggan, which is a slide, and I was at the end and I got slammed into. And through that accident, I blew my L5 disc. So after that accident, I was on bed rest for about 2 months and have lost feeling in half my body. Through this whole injury, I knew God was completely in control. It was really weird before I went to China when we were just in training camp in LA. God was starting to reveal to me of not to play softball anymore, and I really didn't understand what that looked like. So I continued just really digging deep into the scripture and just really trying to hear what he was trying to speak to me about. So when I did get injured, it made complete sense, which makes a lot of doesn't make a lot of sense to a lot of people, but through that, I've been able to, God healed me through what happened in the fall when I was on bed rest, and then I had the opportunity to come here to APU in January, and when I got to APU, I had to travel to Laguna every day for treatment with my back, which was about 2 to 3 hours each day of treatment. And through it all, I've had the opportunity to use my time that God gifted me with softball and use that here on the APU campus as in my ministry and my story to share with what I do in the Center of Student Action and sharing just the light he has given me through all the joy, even through all the sorrows and pain. My biggest support system was definitely my family, and mostly my father, and he was just been one of the biggest rocks through it all. Even though you would think when you pursue going to college for 4 years and you're in the hopes of being a 4-year All-American, a four-year All-American pitcher as well, and then having an injury like this, it was really cool because a lot of athletes and a lot of just close friends, they thought this would totally bring me down through it all, but I am so thankful just for my relationship with Christ and him standing firm and knowing that I'd be able to conquer through it all. So my family has been a huge support system as well. My mother and father and my sister, they all had to make huge sacrifices with my parents with work, and then even my sister with school, to travel down to LA every weekend. And I'm very thankful that my parents did that because they not only had to sacrifice with work and stuff, but even sacrifice things for their marriage as well, so I could continue on to play softball and have a career in college with that. My faith now is completely stronger than ever. It was really strong during the whole process, just through my senior year. I feel that was when I just fell on my knees, really just asking God what He wanted from me. And through that, since my senior year, it has just built and built. And what I have seen, just God constantly work through His hands, most of all, physically, mentally, and spiritually, with my back, and then just playing as well. And with my faith, I'm now able to connect with people and connect stories and connect with relationships that go deeper than just a normal relationship now. What I would tell people about just with what I went through and stuff, to keep hanging on. I wouldn't allow doctors, for example, to tell you that you can't persevere or can't follow through with it, because with your faith in God, I believe He will take you further beyond what you could ever imagine. So I continue to just praying and seeking God, or even just the people in your life that are your strongest foundations. Keep on hearing what they have to say, and don't let people bring you down. Athletes, everyone will try to bring you down in that sense, but just really know who you are and the ability that you've been blessed with, and that you are able to come through with it as well.